Hello, my name is Riley and I'm here at Kettering University and I'm on the Ri3D team. And this is what we've learned after our first day of going over the rules. So first off, I just want to start by saying this is going to be an action-packed season. They have taken away a lot of the rules that were in place for Rescape, which made it so that you were practically playing on your own side. And this year there's going to be a lot more collisions in both teleop and auto, as teams are basically fighting over whether or not their hub is active. So the first major rule change that you'll notice from last year is the perimeter has been shrunk to only 110 inches. So many previous years where you had much larger robots, you're going to need to condense that, and also you can have a hole in your bumper again. So that's going to allow for things such as through the bumper intakes for the fuel, which is the name of this year's game piece. Also, you'll see the April tags. There are very many April tags on this year's game field. That's going to be very advantageous for teams that are going to be using odometry and vision. So that's very awesome. But you'll also notice that there are two different types of fields this year yet again. We've got the welded field and then the Andy Mark field. So if you're a team from a different region, you're going to be needing to check where you're at and which field you have so that you can make sure that your April tags are going to be working correctly. Next up, we've got the human player. This year, the human player can not only feed balls in auto, but you can actually feed the human player and then they can throw balls in to score. That's a very welcome change, and it's going to be nice to see the human player getting a much bigger impact in this year's game. Another thing you'll see is that there is no game piece limit. This year is going to be wild. You can see there's 504 fuel in this year's game, and they are all reusable. There is no method in this game to remove fuel. So even if a ball goes out of the field, you may say, well, the judges are just going to put it back in. And so basically the fuel, keeping that in cycle is going to be very important this year. Another thing that you'll notice is that you start with 8 preloads this year, which is very nice because you'll be able to get those out of the way early on, and you can also climb at the end of auto. That's kind of crazy, but also you can only have 2 people climbing at the end of auto, and it's 15 points rather than 10. Another thing I noticed I put for auto is fighting. You'll see that in this year's game in auto, just like Crescendo, you can have both teams fighting for the center. So what this is probably going to lead to is lots of teams going for the middle and fighting over that whole massive pile of fuel. Now, here we've got no buddy climbing. Unfortunately, this year there has been a rule G414, and it has prohibited the complete support of another team's robot for the climb. So that's unfortunate. And then here's just some general changes. We've got 115-pound weight limit, 30-inch height limit, including extension. That's the big one for this year's game. And then a 12-inch extension in one direction limit. So this is what we've noticed. Wanted to keep it quick, short, and brief. And I just wanted to wish everyone a nice, happy season.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell to stay up to date on future fun videos. Build your alliance with so many other FRC alumni who go to Kettering University. Every student at Kettering experiences their cutting-edge co-op programs that seamlessly blend the professional and academic worlds. Kettering co-ops are a fully immersive working experience at the leading edge of industry. Head on over to kettering.edu/FRC to learn more about their incredible programs and to get more information.